Hello everyone. I am Maria Hil Magdaraog from the Group 7 presenter, the first presenter. This is our modules of instruction, development procedures for the basic competency. Competency, we have the lead work communication, the unit competency and unit of descriptor is copy from the training regulation, uh, masonry NC3 for these modules of instruction. We also put the nominal duration 4.375 hours, and then we also put the elements the from our learning outcomes for the learning outcomes number 1, number 2, number 3. And then we also copy the for the second we have the lead small teams, units of competency. We copy also from the training regulation until from the learning outcomes. We also put the nominal duration for leads of small teams is 4.5 hours. Next, we have the units of competency, apply critical thinking and problem solving techniques in the workplace. We also put the necessary things came from the training regulation, uh, and put in our modules of instruction. We also put the nominal duration of 4.5 hours for this, and then put all the elements for our learning outcomes. Also, for the fourth, we have the work in a diverse environment unit of competency, and then put the necessary things for our module instruction, and then nominal duration is 4.375 hours for these units of competency. We have also the proposed method of applying learning and innovation in the organization. We also put the units of competency, unit of descriptor for our modules, for module title and then module descriptor. We also put the nominal duration 4.5 hours for this units of competency. Next, we have the unit of competency, use information systematically. We already put the units of competency, unit of descriptor for in our module of instruction based from the training regulation of section 2 competency standard, and that and the nominal duration is 4.375 hours for this unit competency. Next, we have the units of competency, evaluate occupational safety and health work practices. We put also the units of competency for our modules title also, but put more it accurate, and then modules of descriptor that based from the units of descriptor from the training regulation, and also nominal duration for this is 4.5 hours. And also we put all the elements for the learning outcomes, and then we have also for the units of competency we have the evaluate environmental works practices, and we put also the module titles and then the units of descriptor to module descriptor. For the nominal duration for this is 4.375 hours, and then the elements put in our learning outcomes. The last for our competency units, we have the units of competency, facilitate entrepreneurial skills for macro, small, medium enterprises or MSMEs. We have put also the necessary for the units of competency to our module titles, and then the units of descriptor we put also for the module descriptor, and also copy the necessary, and then nominal duration for this is 4.5 hours, and then all the elements is copy for our learning outcomes. First unit of competency, lead work communication. First learning outcomes, we have communicate information about work processes. This relevant given for this unit is came from the elements, the learning outcome number one, and then the performance criteria is put in our modules of instruction for this assessment criteria, and then based in the training regulation. For the learning outcome number three, identify and communicate issues arising in the workplace. This assessment criteria is based in the performance criteria also. The learning outcome is based in the elements. And then we put the all given performance criteria for this learning outcomes number three based in the training regulation. Also, for the unit of competency, lead small teams for the first learning outcomes, provide teams leadership, and assign responsibility for the learning outcome number two. And then for the learning outcome number three, uh, it's already in the training regulation based on the elements and then the performance criteria. We also put in our modules of instruction for the assessment criteria. Next is the learning outcome number four, supervise team performance, and beside them is the assessment criteria based in the performance criteria of the training regulation, and also the learning outcome is based in the elements. Next, we have the units of competency apply critical thinking and problem solving techniques in the workplace. The first learning outcomes examine specific workplace challenges. It's all based in the training regulation, it is the elements. And then the second learning outcome is analyze the causes and of effect workplace challenges based also in the performance criteria, the the in the beside of these elements based in the performance criteria and the training regulation. Also, another, the learning outcomes number three, formulate resolutions to specific workplace challenges. And the learning outcomes number four, the implementation action plans and uh, is an elements based in the training regulation for masonry and C3, and beside them is the assessment criteria for our modules of instruction based in the performance criteria. We already put all based in the this criteria. And for the unit of competency, work in a diverse environment, first learning outcomes, we have developed an individual cultural awareness and sensitivity. And then second is work effectively in an environment that acknowledges and values culture and diversity. Number three, we have the identify common issues in the multicultural and diverse environment. Beside them is the assessment criteria based in the performance criteria of the based on the training regulation. We only copy all the information based on the this performance criteria and put in the assessment criteria. Next, we have the units of competency, proposed method of applying learning and innovation in the organization. We have the learning outcome number as one is the assess work procedures, processes, and systems in terms of innovation practices. Second, we have the generate practical action plans for improving work procedures and processes. This is an elements based in the training regulation, and beside is the assessment criteria. We put the performance criteria of the following based in the training regulation for these units. Also, for the learning outcomes number three, evaluate the effectiveness of the proposed action plan. And beside them is the assessment criteria based on the performance criteria for the based on the training regulation. Also, we copy all the performance criteria for this qualification or learning outcomes. Also, we have the units of competency. Use information systematically. First learning outcome is use technical information. Second, we have apply information technology. And then the third is edit, format, and check information. This learning uh, outcomes is based in the training regulation of elements. And then beside them is the assessment criteria for our modules instruction. And then it also based in the training regulation of performance criteria information and the following list for this criteria. We only put in the assessment criteria or copy it. Next, we have the units of competency evaluate occupational safety and health work practices. First, we have the interpret occupational safety and health practices. Second, we have set OSH work targets. Third, we have evaluate effectiveness of occupational safety and health work instruction. These are elements based on the training regulation, and then beside them are the assessment criteria, and then it base it in the performance criteria given information. We only copy the important details and uh, the all the performance criteria needed. We have the units of competency evaluate environmental work practices. We have the first learning outcomes is interpret in environmental practices, policies, and procedures. Second, we have established target to evaluate environmental practices. Third, we have evaluate effectiveness of environmental practices. These are the elements also based on the training regulation, and then we copy it, and then the beside them is the assessment criteria based in the performance criteria are given in the training regulation. We only copy. We have the units of competency facilitate entrepreneurial skill for micro, small, medium enterprises. First learning outcome develop and maintain micro, small, medium enterprise skills in the organization. Second, we have establish and maintain client base and market. Third, we have apply budget and financial management skill. These are the elements based in the training regulation and most are given in the training regulation for basic competency. Beside them are the assessment criteria. These are given in the performance criteria in training regulation. The unit and first unit of competency, lead words communication. We have the contents, learning outcome number one, and then contents and condition based in the required knowledge and skills, and we put only the most important details that can be used or most applicable for our assessment, and then range of variables based in our condition, we only put the most important. Next, we have the learning outcome number two and number three. Also based in the training regulation, required knowledge and required skills and range of variables. And it is similar to the learning outcome number one. We also have the number two, units of competency, lead small teams. We have the learning outcome number one, contents and condition. We put only the most important based in the training regulation, the required skills and knowledge that most important only, and then the range of variables for our condition, the most appropriate only. Next, we have the learning outcome number two and number uh, two also for the contents and condition that also based in the training regulation, required skill and knowledge that already given in our in the training regulation for masonry and C3, and then the range of variables most can be used for the our condition modules of instruction that connected in our assessment criteria. This is also the content for the learning outcome number three, and then condition. That also based in the training regulation from the required knowledge and skills given, and then the range of variables we put in the condition also. We have the learning outcomes number 4, contents and condition. This is based from the required knowledge and skills from the training regulation and range of variables also for the condition. Next, we have the units of competency, apply critical thinking and problem solving techniques in the workplace. This is the learning outcome number 1, contents and condition, based in the required knowledge and skills, based in the training regulation, and we put only the most important details or the most appropriate, and then range of variables already given, like in the contents we put based in the required knowledge and skills. For the range of variables, we put in the condition the most important only. Also, we have the contents and for the learning outcome number 2 and condition. This is also based in the required uh, knowledge and skills, and then based in the training regulation also. And we put only the most important details that accurate, and then the range of variables for the condition that also most applicable that based in our contents. Also, we have the learning outcome number 3 for the contents and condition, also given from the required knowledge and required skills, and also the range of variables for our condition in our modules of instruction already given in the training regulation, and we put the most important details only. We have also the learning outcome number 4 for the contents and condition. Based in the training regulation required knowledge and skills, we put only the most important details that already given, and then the range of variables for the condition that also most accurate um, based in that uh, given details. We have the units of competency number 4, work in a diverse environment. We have the content for the learning outcome number 1 and condition based in the required knowledge and skills given also, but we put only the most important, and the range of variables for the condition that already also given in the training regulation. Also, we have the learning outcome number 2 for the contents and condition. Based in the required knowledge and skills, we put only the most important details that already given of the following, and then the range of variables that most accurate for the content given. Also, we have the content number 3, and then the content and the condition based also on the required knowledge and required skills. We have put the most important details, and then the range of variables for the condition that accurate for the contents and assessment also. Number 5, we have the units of competency, proposed method of applying learning and innovation in the organization. We have the learning outcome number 1 for the contents and condition, already given also in the training regulation, required knowledge and required skills that of the following, and then the range of variables that given. We put only the most important or necessary information that we can use for the assessment criteria and content. Next, we have the learning outcome number 2 for the content and condition. Also, based on the required knowledge and required skills, and then the range of variables based in the training regulation, and then we put in the condition. We have the learning outcome number 3, the content and condition, based from the required knowledge and required skills, and then also the range of variables that applicable for this condition, and then the most appropriate only information we put in these modules of instruction. For number 6, we have the units of competency, use information systematically. We have the learning outcome number 1 for the contents and condition. We put only the most appropriate and most applicable for our assessment criteria based in the training regulation required knowledge and required skills given. And then we have the range of variables we put in the condition the most appropriate based in the content. Also, we have the content for the learning outcome number 2 and condition. This is based in the training regulation also the required knowledge and required skills the given in the following in this slide, and then the range of variables for the condition the most appropriate details and information are put in our module of instruction. Next, we have the learning outcome number 3, the contents and condition based in the training regulation required knowledge and required skills that based in the assessment criteria, and then the range of variables that we can put in our L, learning outcomes number 3 condition and based uh, from the training regulation. Number 7, units of competency, evaluate occupational safety and health work practices. We have the learning outcome number 1 for the content and condition. The content, we have the required knowledge skills that already given in the training regulation. We put the most important and accurate information for our module of instruction, and then the range of variables already given the uh, details, and we put the most important details only for our condition that um, we can use for the content or involved for this content and assessment criteria. Also, continuation, we have the learning outcome number 2 for the contents and condition based on the required skills and required knowledge. We put only the most appropriate, and then for the range of variables, we put only the information that can be uh, put in our condition, and then the most appropriate only that we can connect to the contents. Also, for the learning outcome number 3, for the uh, n- uh, n- content and condition, we have already given uh, for our modules based in the training regulation for required knowledge and required skills given, and then range of variables for the condition that also given in the training regulation and put the most important details. We have the number 8 units of competency, evaluate environmental work practices. For the learning outcome number 1, for the content and condition, we put only the most important details that based in the required knowledge and skills came from the training regulation, and also the range of variables for our condition that connected for the contents of our modules of instruction. We put the most important that we can uh, connect to the content and assessment. The continuation, we have the learning outcome number 2 for the contents and condition. This is also based in the required knowledge, and then this appropriate for our contents, and also the range of variables that we put in our condition, and then most appropriate we put only in our condition for our modules of instruction. Also, we have the learning outcome number 3 for the contents and condition. Also, based in the knowledge and skills or the required knowledge and skills, and then came from the training regulation, and then also the range of variables we put in our condition, the most appropriate information or details that we can connect to the contents. Also, we have the units, number 9 units of competency, facilitate entrepreneurial skills for micro, small, medium enterprises. We have the learning outcome number 1, contents and condition. This is also based in the required knowledge and required skills based in the training regulation, and then the most appropriate details only we put in our module of instruction, and then range or variables for the condition details. Also, we have the learning outcome continuation. We have for the contents and condition. This also based in the required skills and required knowledge. We put the most appropriate details, and then the range of variables for the condition. The most important information only. Last is the learning outcomes for the number 9. We have the learning outcome number 3, contents and condition. Based on the required knowledge and required skills, we put only the most important and most accurate for our assessment criteria, and then the range of variables based on the training regulation is put in our condition, the most important only.
Good day, everyone. So, this is the units of competency, lead workplace, communication. So, this is the base of the TR of the Mansori NC3. So, methodology is about assessment methods, and the LO3 it's identify and communications issues arising in the workplace. So this is the assessment criteria, contents, condition, and methodologies, and assessment methods. So LL2 lead to working discussions about methodologies and assessment methods. So about these units of competency, apply your critical of thinking, problem solving discussion, techniques, and the workplace. So this is the LO2 analyze to discuss and scientific workplace and challenges. So this is the assessment criteria, contents, condition, methodology, and assessment. So ito po it's ginawa po namin it's nag-copy paste po kami dun, base po dun sa TR namin para mas mapadali po yung process. And ito po yung mga guided about po dun sa uh, LO, ang LO2 or LO4 for the uh, TR. So this is the develop of individuals' culture and awareness and sensitivity. LO3 identify common issues for multicular and diverse environment. LO2 it's work effectively in environmental that in community knowledge for Bali's culture disaster. So yan po yung mga uh, criteria about this unit competency po. So yun lang po. So the next one is LO2 generate the practical action plans of providing work procedures and process. So the LO1 is assess work procedures, process, and system in terms of innovative practices. So LO3 is evaluate the effectiveness of the purpose action plans. So the next one is unit competency is about unit information systematically. So LO1 is the use of technical information. Number LO2 is apply informations technologies, and LO3 is about edit format and check information. So the next one is unit competency. It's evaluate occupational safety and health work practices. So the LO1 is interpret occupational safety and health practices. LO2 it set OHS work targets. LO3 evaluates effectiveness of occupational safety and health work introduction. So this is the assessment criteria. Kung baga it's yung mga guided para mas ma-develops or ma-enhance yung um, kukuha ng ganitong unit of competency. So the next environmental is factors of surveys and procedures. LO2 is set of OHS work targets. LO2 establish targets or evaluate environmental practices. Number LO3 is evaluate effectiveness in environmental practices. So ito po yung mga guidance or criteria and methodology assessment methods about this unit of competency. So the last is the apply target and financial management skills, and this is the unit of competency. It's facilitate entrepreneurial skills for the micro, small, mediums, enterprise. So this is the LO develop and maintain micro, small, medium, and enterprise skills and organization. So this is the assessment criteria and methodology assessment method. So based po dun sa theory namin, it's dun po namin kinapi yung mga ideas for the unit of competency po. So thank you so much for your listening and thank you po.
Thank you everyone for listening in our module of instruction details or the preparation we put in our discussion.